Alright folks, Pirate Stu here. I need to change some tires on my John Deere tractor, so I'm going to show you how to do that in case you don't know. Alright, so the problem I got is I got this front tire here that keeps going flat. We've tried some fix-a-flat, but that doesn't work. So I'm going to take it into the tire shop and get them to put a tube on it. There's certainly ways you can get that tire off the rim and stuff using some crowbars and some screwdrivers, but I'm not going to hassle that. I'm too old and fat. So we're just going to take it off and let the professionals fix it. And then the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the back tires off too, because I bought this. It has regular tread on it, and most of my property here, as you can see, is on a hill. So I'm going to have some ag tires put on there, which will give us a lot more traction. Especially this is southwest rural Indiana, so the ground's always leaking water somewhere or the other. So some ag tires will help greatly. So let's get to taking this front tire off, and then I'll take the two back tires off. Before I do anything, I'm just going to pull this cap off. This is just a flexible, soft flexible cap, and just pop that right off with your fingers. And then there's going to be a retaining ring on here, and we're going to get a screwdriver, pop that off after we jack it up. Alright, so this is a S240 John Deere. I got this front bar on here, so I'm just going to make use of that and jack this up, and then I can slide the cinder block and stuff up underneath there so I can support it while I take the wheel into the shop. Got some wood chucking the other wheel on the other side so it doesn't roll once I get this up off the ground. Alright, so my wheel just cleared, so now it's just a matter of putting a block up underneath there so that way when I lower it back down, because I'm going to need to jack the back wheels up, I can do that. So toss a block up underneath there, a couple pieces of wood, and I should be able to lower my jack now. And my wheel's still up off the ground. So that's what we wanted to do. So we take a closer look at this, we can see there's this retaining clip on here and then a washer. So I'm going to take the opening in the retaining clips here on the bottom. So I'm going to swing that around so you can see that opening there. So I'm just going to take the screwdriver, put it in there, and pop that out. Screwdriver. You could also probably do this with a pair of small needle nose pliers. In fact, it doesn't hurt to grab onto it with the pliers, because otherwise this could pop out, and if you're doing this in the grass, you could make it a little bit harder to find the clip. So it doesn't hurt to grab onto that, so that way when it pops loose, you already got a hold of it. So there's our clip. We're going to set that aside, take our washer off, set that aside, and then our wheel just comes off. That's how easy this is, folks. And then we'll do the same thing with the back tires. Alright folks, here at the back of the tractor, and I got this plate here, and it's pretty heavy duty, so I should be able to jack up the tractor. The tractor didn't weigh that much. So I'm just going to put this in the center, jack it up. Remember, I need to remove both wheels, so I want to put it in the center, and then this thing will probably lean one way or the other. I'll take that wheel off first, and then put some underneath of it to make sure that it doesn't fall on the ground, and then I'll remove the other wheel. So it looks like this wheel over here is the one that is wanting to raise up off the ground first, so that's the one we're going to take off. So again, it's just got this little rubber boot. You just grab it, pinch it, pull it off. Take our screwdriver and our needle nose, pop that off, set it aside, take our washer off, set it aside, slide that right off. Now, one word of caution, folks. There's a washer that's going to be on the back side of the wheel. And when you pull this off, it's going to be covered in grease. I've wiped this one off, but it's going to be covered in grease, and it's probably going to stick to the back of your wheel. So pull that off first, put it somewhere where you know where it's at, instead of letting it fall off on the ground like I did, and then having to pick it up, wipe it off because it was all covered with dirt. So I'll have to put some more grease on that when I'm ready to put this back in. But again, you're going to have a washer on the inside, your wheel, and then another washer. Alright, so now that I got the one wheel off, I put some blocks up underneath here so that way I can tip this over, take this wheel off, and then we'll put some blocks over here to keep it from falling over in case the wind blows or something stupid like that while I'm gone getting these tires replaced. Alright, so we put some blocks up underneath here so when I lift this up, take the wheel off, I don't have to worry about it falling down on me with the wheel not being there. Alright, this time you can see the washer stayed on the axle, didn't come off with the grease. So that's where that's at. You also have a little shim right here that matches the hole in your axle right here. So see that little notch right there? You want to be careful not to lose that shim either. Alright, so we got our new tires on here, and just going to reassemble this the same way we took it apart. The only thing I will add is that we've got some grease there, and anything that has got anything has got any kind of dirt on it, we'll wipe that down clean, reapply a thin coat of grease to it, and reassemble. That way we don't have any dirt or dust or anything acting as a sand acting like an abrasive. So anything that's dirty, wipe it off, reapply grease, reassemble.